podcast that can't poop while it has its socks and shoes on. I'm Ash.
And I'm Avery, and you know what? It really just is uncomfortable, isn't it?
I like imagining like a guy at work, you know, he's in a suit and he takes off his shoes and socks and like neatly puts them in the corner of the bathrooms just to poop at work.
Even worse is the guy who's at work in a one-piece jumpsuit and he has to take it all off and put it off to the side just to use the bathroom.
I mean, but he's in a pit crew, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
That they wear jumpsuits, right? I think I've like seen.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah,
I think I've had like a fever dream about F1 racing, and that's as much of it as I've watched.
That's the most F1 you've seen is in your dreams. Yeah. Dude, racing like on TV is so hard to watch, like especially NASCAR when it's just people driving in a circle. I know it's a hot take, but it's like, god damn, it's boring to watch. I think
it's not a hot it's not a hot take.
It's just like, I think
maybe
the thing
in Texas.
Yeah. I think the thing is that like it's probably more fun to just like actually physically be there because it's like the cars are loud and shit. I don't know. Anyway, we saw a movie. Speaking of NASCAR.
Oh yeah. We watched a King of the Hill movie.
Godzilla, King of the Hill.
I was going to say about fucking NASCAR. Have you actually ever been in a bar where NASCAR is playing?
Yeah.
Oh, I have.
I think. Yeah, I've seen NASCAR. I've definitely like put it on as a joke at a bar that I worked at before.
I just put up like, do they have like NASCAR highlights like they do for like other sports?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, but I do know that they do like hundreds and hundreds of laps, you know? Oh. So yeah, it's like a highlight. I feel like you could just generalize, right? Right? Yeah. Like you can really
it's like is this one race or highlights?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to put NASCAR on at the bar. I also used to put on snowmobile racing because
that's fucking awesome.
Because it was kind of awesome.
You got to put on like a curling match. Like, dude,
curling I like. I think curling's a good sport, right?
Very calm. It's like for dads specifically.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a kid who's in his mid-20s and hates you. Like that's a prerequisite to be on the Olympic team.
Yeah, it is a very calming seeming sport. Like it seems really satisfying too. Like this is probably some of the most relaxed people on earth, but shit. Yeah, so sports notwithstanding, that has nothing to do with the movie that we watched, even a little. I'm usually pretty good at pulling segueing some stuff together, and this is unstitchable, I think. But
here, I got it.
All right.
So Avery, how much do you think Godzilla could curl?
Hey, that's a good one. Yeah. That's really probably a lot. Probably like the whole planet or something.
Yeah.
Or the whole monsters.
The whole monster.
So, yeah, we watched Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Or is it just King of Monsters? I don't know.
King of the Monsters.
Okay,
not
so
the
there's
King of the but King of the Monsters.
Yeah, the Godzilla, the King of the Monsters.
Godzilla. Yeah, that's a cool rapper name from like the 90s.
Godzilla. Perfect. Yeah. So this is the best Matthew Broderick movie I've ever seen. That's for certain.
Is that a joke? I don't know if that's
a joke. Yeah. Okay. Matthew Broderick wasn't a Godzilla movie. The one that came out in like 1998 where Godzilla looks like a T-Rex, and it's directed by the same guy who directed Independence Day. Yep.
Oh, the actual director wrote X2 and Krampus.
Wait, really? For this one? Wow, that's surprising that this movie wasn't. Well, I guess he is a writer.
But he also
X2 and Krampus both have pretty good scripts. So
he also wrote X-Men Apocalypse. So
I never saw Apocalypse. I really don't have any interest in seeing Apocalypse.
I mean, the only good thing about any of the new X-Men movies is like the Quicksilver scene where they put on like some kind of ironic music and have him do things while time stopped.
Inevitable Quicksilver scene. Is that in everyone? Yeah. I remember that in Days of Future Past, which I do enjoy. I feel like that was a pretty good movie. But yeah. You said no.
No.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll get to that some other day. I think we are watching. Are we not seeing Dark Phoenix this month? I'm pretty sure we're skipping it
this month.
Yeah.
We are.
Oh, we are? Okay. Excellent.
So as you might have noticed, we were slated to do Mean Girls 2 this week, but instead we're doing a double feature of this movie and a secret movie later this week.
Yeah, secret.
And then we're doing Mean Girls 2. And then we're doing Dark Phoenix.
Let me just say that this movie that I picked, this secret movie, because it was my pick, this movie that I picked is going to blow your socks off.
I don't know. You do realize we're watching Mean Girls 2 this month, right?
I am terrified. That Mean Girls 2 might be more horrifying than the movie that we're watching later this week, so we will see. Ash, the one I picked, I know I can't really say too much, but I am just curious to see what you have to say about it, because I do not think you're going to like it.
When do I like anything?
Yeah, exactly. When have you liked a movie that we watched ever? No, I'm kidding, but it's how it is.
The Shining. Yeah, it's The Shining.
Yeah, that's true. The Shining. The Shining, yeah.
I can't. Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is just awesome. That's something that we've definitely agreed on unanimously, and I'm pretty sure everyone who's been on the show feels the same way. That movie's just got a lot of love.
Yeah,
so.
That should be like all we do with our guests. Is just be like, do you like The Shining?
It's a good like filter, and if they don't, we kick them off the show on the spot, and then post a 17-minute episode like what we get up until we kick them off. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to go.
Of just like someone kicking a body on the ground as it slowly fades into our theme song
and destruction. I keep having to dig that file up because we keep bringing it back around, so I'll drop it in again on this one. But
awesome.
So, Ash, before we get into what we see, King of the Monsters, what are some other movies that you've seen this week? I know it's only been a couple days since we recorded last, so I understand if you haven't seen much. But what's some other stuff that you've seen recently that is noteworthy but not noteworthy enough for its own episode?
Okay, so I actually have watched like a big chunk of stuff. Let me just look at my viewing history here. Or just it won't show me that. Okay. So
okay.
the first thing I watched was the new on Netflix, The Lonely Island. God, what is it called? Lonely Island Unofficial Bash Brothers Experience.
Oh, tight.
Yeah. It was,
I don't know what that is.
It's essentially how do I describe it? It's an extended cut music video about how two baseball players whose names I should know but don't do steroids and fuck. Like
Barry Bonds?
No, it's Mark McGuire and another one.
Okay. It's worth a shot. I think
Mark
Barry
McGuire
Bonds
and
the other guy who got caught, right? I think we can say that. I don't know that for certain. So Barry Bonds, if you listen to the podcast and I'm wrong, sorry.
There's an asterisk by his name. I also watched Mercy Black.
Oh, did I hear about this? Was that on Netflix?
It was Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Mercy Black is a terrible Blumhouse film.
Classic Blumhouse. You
And
got
it was just
blummed,
not
dude.
good.
Did it blum you out?
I'm so blummed out, dude.
Man. See, the thing is that occasionally Blumhouse, like, they fucking hit it. They nail it. You know? Sometimes they do. Like with Split is a great example. Split was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, and didn't they produce Hereditary, or am I making that up?
I'm not sure. I actually don't know. We could find out real quick. Hereditary, Blumhouse. I think maybe they did. You guys don't need to listen to me search through the internet, but I think that they might have. Okay. And that director is releasing another movie really soon called Midsommar. It looks
it's the same
interesting.
Weekend as Far From Home, so I think we're gonna have to double feature. I don't think we have an option.
I think we might have to do the same. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Awesome.
I like putting some extra episodes out there.
Yeah,
So
those are two movies I super want to see too.
that's a good like back to back kind of double feature too, because they're two very, very different movies. So
Yeah.
it could be an exciting thing to do. What did I see? I actually don't know. I had a really busy weekend. I had very, very little time to watch any movies. I tried to watch this like Lizzie Borden like a film that's on Shudder. I got like 15 minutes into it and I was like, I'm bored. This is boring, and turned it off. And so instead I started watching Halloween 4, which is like
The best
it's
one,
just
right?
like the other ones. He's back again, killing people. It's basically like exactly the same as the Halloween movie we watched last October. It like annoyingly similar in like almost every way. It's like Michael Myers is back and he's here to get Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter. It's just like that. But hell.
I also saw I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House.
Oh,
or at least
very cool.
most of it. Have you seen that movie?
I have not. What's that about?
It's a Netflix original about a girl who's like a hospice nurse for Iris Bloom or Blum.
Oh,
The namesake for Blumhouse, I'm assuming.
yeah. I was thinking the same thing. What a coincidence.
It's very me. It's very artsy and esoteric, and like there's a lot of like misanthropic voiceover kind of like no, it's like fucking awesome.
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
and just
Well,
how
I'll
they
check
do
it
the
out.
horror is like there's this one scene where she's talking to her friend in this dead silent fucking house on a corded phone, and you just see that like very subtly the phone cord kind of becoming more taut as it rips away from her head, and it's got this jump scary element, but it's like whoa, like it hits really hard
Right.
with very subtle things.
That is that's cool. I like films like that where it's like, because the jump scare is something that has been universally panned for like a decade now, and horror directors are actually listening and they're starting to like shy away from that a lot. Like a really excellent movie that does this really well. There's two I actually have for if you like that. Like it's a jump scare because it's like terrifying and it makes you like your skin crawl and you jump out of your seat. But it's not like a wah with like an orchestra hit. Two movies that are really good for that are The Babadook and It Follows. Both of those movies are scary and they're really fun. And like The Babadook is really just like a terrifying movie, and then It Follows is just like
Duke.
yeah, that movie's terrifying, isn't it? Like
I didn't think it was that scary. I remember Spencer made me watch that movie with him. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna like think this is this." He overhyped it, basically.
Dude, bedroom horror is like the kind of horror that like just really gets me, because it's like the bedroom's like sacred. I go to bed there. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm supposed to be comfortable in there, but the idea of something like infiltrating that, I think is some of the the most terrifying shit ever.
The
Meanwhile,
idea
It
that
Follows
you
is just about an
manufacture for yourself
STD.
when you're a child, that like underneath your blanket you're safe.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
that's violated, that's fucked.
Yeah, I think that's so fucked up. And so that shit scares the crap out of me. That's why I think The Babadook really hit home. And it was like, it took me like two times watching that, because I was like, I can't watch this, because I tried to watch it like late at night and like by myself. I was like, I can't finish this. This is too fucking scary. And that doesn't happen very often for me, because normally I'm like, fuck this. Movies are funny. Not that one. So there you go. So Ash, we started doing a new segment recently.
We sure did.
Yeah. We started doing something called the budget breakdown. We like to talk about movies and their cost versus the money that they're pulling in. At least at the time of our conversation. Now, Godzilla just came out, what, like 4 days ago? Something like that?
Yeah, we're kind of doing the weekend again.
Yeah. So it's a kind of a good scale for us, actually. We get to see what an opening weekend looks like for a movie like Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Good perspective.
And it owned the weekend. It was the #1 film, beating out Aladdin 2019.
Thank God.
Yeah. It made $47.8 million. After it was Aladdin, Rocket Man, which is the new biopic about Elton John, then Ma.
About Billy Joel.
Elton John.
Billy Joel, right?
Don't don't even bring up anyone from fucking Long Island, okay?
What? That's an iced tea, dude. Come on. What? I thought we were a professional show.
Listen, I'm no bartender, but I'm pretty sure Long Island is maybe a drug thing that people talk about in movies. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Anyway, so how much did it make? 47 million?
That was the domestic total. It did better, much better in foreign markets. The production budget is estimated between 160 and 170 million. And currently, worldwide, it has made $177 million.
God damn. Not bad.
Barely squeaked past its production budget in opening weekend, and usually that's the big litmus test.
Yeah.
It was the king of the weekend, but it was a really underperforming weekend.
Yeah,
So,
just in general. I see what you mean.
Yeah. But it did really well in foreign markets. In foreign markets, it made 73% of its gross at $130 million, and ranked
a lot. Yeah.
53rd all time in foreign opening weekends. Would you care to venture to guess maybe a couple movies that did really well in foreign markets that beat out Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
All right, Godzilla 1, Transformers, all 6 of them or however many.
I don't see the Transformers movies.
Really? I thought those movies were like notorious for doing really well in China, but maybe it's just China.
This one did better than 2014 Godzilla as well. So far you fucking suck, dude.
Hey man, I was throwing some out there. Damn. Some other ones that I always think of like, Pacific Rim probably did pretty well abroad, right?
Let me see.
Yeah, I feel like that movie was one of those like
both
kaiju.
Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim 2 did worse.
Oh wow, that's so surprising. Those are like better movies too. At least I think
actually
so.
Transformers 3 did make it.
Was up in there. Yeah. All right. Man, what else? What about that Dwayne Johnson Skyscraper movie? That was one that was like heavily marketed towards Chinese audiences.
Skyscraper actually was 170.
Jesus. Fuck.
Just barely making the list. I'll give you some hints though.
All right.
Biggest fucking movie maybe ever.
Oh, Avatar and Avengers.
Endgame, Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Reboot of movie you really love.
Shit.
Reboot.
A reboot?
Cool.
When did it come out? When did it come out?
I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Fuck. Of one that I love.
Yeah, we've reviewed the original one.
Was it The Thing? I know that was more like 2011. I was gonna say that movie didn't perform well abroad or domestically.
The other one you love, reboot.
Oh man, I'm stuck. It's definitely not Mystery Men.
Nope, it's Jurassic World.
Oh, that's not real. Well, okay, that's sort of a reboot, I guess.
It's sort of a reboot.
Yeah, it's a revival of the franchise, kind of. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire humping the air.
Oh, Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3.
Bam.
Terrible movie that doesn't know how to do magic.
Is it Now You See Me?
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh.
Let's see here. What else is fun in here? Third movie in a trilogy where no one saw the third one. And it has Will Smith in it.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Will Smith trilogy?
Yeah.
Will Smith is in it or Will Smith is starring in it?
I think Will Smith starred in it. Honestly, I never saw it.
I don't even know now that I'm thinking
Men
about
in Black 3.
Oh, shit. I never saw that one either. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, the answer is all Marvel titles, all Harry Potter titles, all DC titles, and all Fast and Furious titles.
Wow. That one's surprising.
Yeah.
All of like the biggest franchises right now, basically.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter, which is
and Harry Potter. Yeah.
So
And the Mummy cracked it. The 2017 Mummy.
oh god, I heard that movie was really bad too. Like lazily made, kind of bad.
Is that the one with the bad CGI of what's his face?
Of Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is in it.
Oh really? I thought The Rock was
weird
like,
choice.
or no, that was Scorpion King.
Yeah, that was Scorpion King. Yeah, there's bad CGI The Rock, but or actually that's in I think like the first Mummy movie or maybe the second one, the one with Brendan Fraser. And they CGI'd The Rock into it, and then The Rock starred in the Scorpion King, which was supposed to be like a prequel, like spin-off movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's a pretty bad movie. We should watch that. You might get a kick out of that one. Honestly, all the Mummy movies are like fun but really dumb. So that could be like kind of interesting.
Become like a franchise is insane.
Yeah, it's just like I think for the longest time, movies like that were like taken seriously by like the masses, and then like over time they became their own genre, just fun but really dumb. It's just I think is excellent. I support fun and dumb. So yeah,
Fun and Dumber. Where's that sequel?
Right. So speaking of fun and dumb, we saw Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Jesus Christ.
Ash, what are some while LA burns to the ground? Oh my god, it's Godzilla.
Godzilla.
What expectations did you have going into Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Well, I first got interested in the concept of kaiju and Godzilla films when I was maybe 10 or 11. I was over a sleepover at my friend Will Pileggi's house, and we were playing the video game Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Hell yeah. That movie or that game's awesome.
I would just play as Mecha King Ghidorah and just throw them over and over again and just fucking spam it, and made me interested. And then I never enjoyed a Godzilla movie. I've never liked a Godzilla movie. The lore is interesting. The closest I ever came to liking it was like Cloverfield, which was like a decent.
Yeah, Cloverfield was decent. It was a very unique take on, or at least it was unique for the time. I think nowadays the found footage thing is kind of done to death, probably because of Cloverfield. But like,
I think that they could get away with doing like one randomly in this decade that could be really good. Like,
I'll be honest with you, I've always liked found footage movies, and I've always liked found footage movies. Some of my favorite movies ever are VHS 1 and VHS 2, and they're pretty cool movies. So
I'm trying to think what would be like a cool take or a cool director. I love
Well, there's the inevitable found footage superhero movie that's going to come out.
You mean the one that already exists?
Oh, fuck. That's right.
I thought the exact same thing where I'm like, oh, yo, I'd love to see a superhero movie that's all found footage, but Chronicle already did that.
Yeah, but that was more like we got psychic alien powers movie and less of a straight up superhero movie. That was more like a teen angst movie. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that's going to be retried. Probably like sometime in the near future.
Found footage like World War II drama.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Even though they wouldn't have cameras that would be capable of doing that.
Or just a first person's perspective and like bend reality a little bit with that, and maybe like put a grain over it so it looks like, you know what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Or a found footage Vietnam movie would be awesome.
Yeah, like a reporter who's going through the fucking jungles.
Yeah.
With their equipment, and as it slowly breaks down to the deluge of rain and Agent Orange.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I would totally be into a found footage like Vietnam film. Yeah, that'd be interesting. And you could get like really brutal, and like I don't know, that could be
like a Mad Max that was like all dash cam footage.
Oh man, that'd be kind of cool. That kind of sounds like weirdly similar to the show Cops, but okay.
It's like Mad Max. The Russians are coming.
So for Godzilla,
what were your expectations?
I knew this movie was going to be dumb. I have been excited, almost ironically, about this movie since I heard that it was going to come out. Especially since I watched Kong Skull Island, because Kong Skull Island was fucking awesome, and I was like, if they can like even capture some of that, then I'll be excited. I don't know if necessarily they did. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but all I wanted from this movie was I wanted to see Godzilla shoot fucking lasers out of his mouth. That noise when he shoots a laser is so cool. Like, makes my hair stand up on my arms. Mm-hmm. And that was my expectation. Godzilla's gonna shoot a laser and it's gonna be rad. There you go.
Yeah.
I was not disappointed.
I did see the commercial for this that ruined everything. Because in the commercial, they say the thing that they say in the movie, which is there are 17 Titans.
It's something like that.
You know, that's how many. They say
then
there are 17 Titans. And yeah, you see 4.
Yeah.
And
it's like 4, maybe 5. Yeah, and one's just a woolly mammoth. One's just the Cloverfield monster. Like, did you notice that? It just looks like the Cloverfield monster.
Only it's not fucking... It's less terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're just seeing it like in a wide shot. The thing about showing like giant, like huge monsters all standing next to each other in that perspective is that they just look like human sized. Do you know what I mean? Like if you don't really have something like really clear in there for scale.
I think we're already going to disagree on things just based on you saying that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. I do think that like, I don't know. We'll get into that in a little bit because, I do have some things that I like about this movie, and the monster visuals actually I liked. I thought that they were cool.
This movie was shot so moronically.
Yes, especially the live action scenes. Some of the wider shots with like the monsters, I felt like it weren't like poor, but they were like they were definitely superior to the human scenes. So the action scenes with the humans were just like absolutely dreadful. But I wanted to save that for the cons because I have a big spiel.
I have many spiels for the cons.
Yeah. So pros: Godzilla shot a laser. He's rad. I just like Godzilla. I like that he's a huge monster that comes and saves the humans for no reason at all. He's a gigantic monster that wants to protect us from the other monsters. And that's fucking cool.
Well, it's more complicated than that because, so the basic plot of this movie is eco-terrorists go, when the Titans come, their radioactivity grows plants, which stupid.
Yeah.
Just so...
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Just so dumb. So we're going to release all of them, and they go one by one, but then they release Monster Zero, who's actually not a Titan, but he's an alien.
Yeah, which you find out. He's an alien that's coincidentally on exactly the same scale as Godzilla. Luckily enough.
He's bigger.
Yeah, he's pretty big, but...
Yeah, but it's just... It's a bummer when you are like, actually, this one's an alien, and it's too ridiculous for a Godzilla movie.
For a Godzilla movie, yeah. It's just like, oh my god, of course, yeah. I kind of like, I like how King Ghidorah looked. I thought I like that he shot lightning. I thought all of his imagery was generally pretty cool. I really enjoyed the idea that like these creatures were like natural disasters, at least in the beginning. They turned into like Super Smash Brothers characters by the end, but like in the beginning, they're like natural disasters. Like King Ghidorah is so huge that he creates a hurricane that hits the east coast of the United States. And also, did you notice that this always all takes place in the United States?
Yeah, of course. Because
it's very centric. It's an American movie, so they have to be attacking. Like this would realistically probably happen in like, I don't know, Indonesia. Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa, exactly. But
where there's nothing to destroy in huge swaths of it. Like there are cities, but there's also just like, desert and massive plains, Serengeti at all.
Yeah. So
I don't know. But did you say King Ghidorah looked good?
I thought he looked rad. At least the way that he was like portrayed. Maybe like the actual effects, especially in some of the close shots, were like a little dodgy.
So here's how I would describe it. It's like you're driving with your friend in your car, right? You're on the streets of LA. It's a beautiful sunny day. You're in a convertible. You're driving down one of those streets where it's just palm trees lining the sides. It's just you. And your friend goes, hey, hey, look, it's Michael Chiklis. It's Michael. That's fucking Michael Chiklis. And as you get closer, you realize the horrific truth. It's me. That's what I thought of King Ghidorah.
Yeah, I totally see what you mean. Yeah, okay.
Like as soon as you got close to it, it looked so fucking ugly.
Yeah. I loved like those wide shots when it's like you see like the lightning striking in the clouds, and you just see like his snake heads and like all that stuff. Basically, when you can't see him.
Yeah,
looked great.
One of them looked really good, and that was Rodan. He looked fucking tight. That's the fire pterodactyl.
Oh yeah, he looked fun. I thought he was one of my favorite ones in there. Yeah. I like that he matched up with Mothra. Designed. I also like that Mothra was a good guy. Like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, I the Moonlight Butterfly. The two people who listen who play Dark Souls know what I'm talking about. Because that's what it looked like the whole movie. Yeah. They're like, maybe if we make bright lights, we will really shrink our budget by $20 million.
Maybe, yeah.
Because, like, you got to see him for a scene, and the rest of it, he's just like, I'm so bright. Look at me.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's pretty much what happened.
Big pros. Z Zhang from Memoirs of a Geisha, House of Flying Daggers, Hero, and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, I recognized him. I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
It's a woman.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean. I thought yeah, because I recognized. Oh my god, I thought you were talking about the other man who was Asian,
Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, who I have seen in a lot of stuff. What's that?
He was in Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. Which is so weird because those movies just came out like next to each other. He's in a lot of stuff. He kind of gets typecast, which is unfortunate, but I mean, like, he's working. You know?
Hell yeah, he's working.
Yeah. Inception, he was great. Kojima. Yeah. He was in The Last Samurai, that Tom Cruise movie where Tom Cruise is a white dude playing a samurai.
Yeah, absolutely. He was in Transformers: The Last Night.
Yeah.
They made a new The King and I. That's weird.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was he in? Like, I keep thinking that they bring in someone. They would bring in someone from like the OG fucking Godzilla movies. I wouldn't know if they did though.
Yeah, well,
they were all so dreadfully boring.
Well,
another big pro, Bradley Whitford as sassy old doctor.
Yeah, sassy doctor guy. Classic. And then some. Okay, so can we talk about our lead actors?
Oh, just absolutely kill me.
Yeah, I really think Millie Bobby Brown is cute, and when she's being used for the right role, this is not the right role. I just want to make that clear. I think she's great. You know?
Listen, it's nice to see her not be 11, and I was like appreciative. Like, she's doing a thing.
But was she not 11 in this? Do you know what I mean? Like, she pretty much was the same character.
Basically, I'm nonverbal.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I don't know. It's nice. Because 11's whole affectation is like, I learned how to speak like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Which is like fun and works for Stranger Things really well. When it comes to a Godzilla movie, I don't know if that was necessarily the best choice, but it was a name to attach to the movie, and I get that. The other
two, who the fuck are they?
Who the fuck? I realized like 3/4 of the way into this movie that I did not know a name of a single character. And I was
no idea.
Like, I don't even think, I am almost positive they didn't say the names of the characters.
Like, maybe the army people, but just their last name. Like, they had like Lieutenant Foster, who was the black woman with no hair. Like, who I'm pretty sure is in every cop show, but I'm not positive. I know that Ice Cube's son was in it.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, he wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, tight. He looks so much like Ice Cube, too.
Well, he played him in the biopic.
Yeah, it's like, what a good choice. They look so similar. They have like the same mannerisms and stuff. I'm like, hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Because Ice Cube can't come back from doing what's the movie where he's like a dad?
Yeah.
And there's a second one.
Is it? I wanted to say Daddy
Daycare.
I wanted to say Daddy Daycare because that was like the first thing that jumped to my mind. What the fuck was it? I know what you mean though. Because I think I saw it. I cannot remember for the life of me, but I know what you mean.
Was he in Without a Paddle?
No, he wasn't in Without a Paddle. That was like Matthew Lillard.
Is it Adam Sandler?
No, it wasn't Adam Sandler. No, it wasn't Adam Sandler. At least I'm pretty sure he wasn't in that. That seems like a movie that he would be in, though. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, was it not Right Along? Although he was.
Seth Green was in Without a Paddle.
Are We There Yet?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
And then Are We There Yet 2?
Still not there.
Almost there, kids. Don't worry.
So Godzilla. What's the consensus on the pros? Do we have anything else that we can really bring to light? Because it's pretty much just Godzilla shooting lasers. Is the part that's good about this movie.
Yeah, no, that's the part that's good.
That's like the only part that's good about this movie.
It's a really great 2 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Pretty much everything with like the monsters on screen, I thought was fun. And like that's what I found myself waiting for. The unfortunate part is that all of the stuff with the human actors is shot like garbage. The writing's bad, the acting's bad, and that's 70% of the movie. More than that, probably more like 85% of the movie, and that really just holds this movie back. The thing is, like, it's unfortunate because the best parts of Godzilla movies are the parts where Godzilla's fighting shit for America, and the worst parts are always the parts with the human actors. Always,
yeah, always. And the thing is like the staple of the kaiju movie is it's about the human drama. It's like, it's a disaster movie.
Exactly.
With monsters.
Yeah. Which is a great, unique idea. I mean, not really anymore, but
it's a great idea. It's just never been executed well.
Yeah. The problem is that like the humans are just so necessary because if you just made a movie that was Godzilla fighting something, it would be so boring. It would be somehow even more boring, probably. But like, there's a way to do giant fighting monsters in a way that's exciting too. Like, look at a movie like Kong Skull Island, right? That movie's fucking fun, and the humans are interesting.
Snowpiercer, dude.
No, not Snowpiercer. I actually did watch Snowpiercer with Sid. Sid will claim, she will tell you that movie's actually pretty good.
Yeah, you've never seen it, dude. Shut up.
I have. It's good. So that's not our surprise movie for this week, by the way. I was thinking about it. I was like, we should do that.
We should give each other never lists of just movies we're never
going to. Snowpiercer's on the never list. All right, I understand that.
No, it's on your.
Someday I'm going to whip it out.
If I ever decide I want to see it.
Yeah. Someday I'm going to whip it out, and we're going to have to. Because even if it's on the never list, I feel like that's just like personal, like interpersonal respect. We still have to watch it if somebody picks it.
Yeah, that's why I want to make it like never list. So it's like, Ash, no making me watch insert super sad movie here.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you.
No Snowpiercer.
So we got to get into the cons. I'm trying really hard to dig in to some of the pros here, and it's just like, it really just is the monsters being on screen. It's the fun part, and even then, some of the tight shots, as Ash mentioned, seem to look a little lackluster at times. Sometimes they look really good. I do like a lot of the imagery with like the wider shots. I felt that was exciting stuff, specifically with King Ghidorah being like off in the distance, like in a storm. Yeah. Rodan looked pretty cool, whatever. Mothra
he looked good up close. Like all that looked good.
He looked better up close than I think any of the other ones.
Oh,
But,
definitely. Mothra looked fucking dumb, and Godzilla, like I texted you, I was like, Godzilla smirks like 40%. He like gives a little coy smile to the camera. He like basically like winks at doctor character I don't know. Like
I did like that. This is a problem that I had with the 2014 one, but basically, like there wasn't enough Godzilla in the 2014 Godzilla. It's just not enough. Or really even of they called them Mutos in the first one. They were just kind of like a generic monster for Godzilla to fight. But Godzilla was treated very animalistically. And in this one, they upped the cartooniness of Godzilla a little bit. It was like very slight, but he did feel a little bit more like the silly like Godzilla guy in a rubber suit, like from the 80s and 70s than he did like pretty much any time before this, which I liked a lot because that shit is just ridiculous. If you see some of those ones from like way back when in like the 70s, so it's pretty enjoyable.
Sorry. Did you like the Orca device as a plot device?
Oh, I forgot about that thing. I fucking forgot about it. It just seemed it was just a MacGuffin device to make the monsters wake up. That's all it was.
I liked it. I liked it the first time, maybe the second.
Yeah.
But they use it like 9 times.
And it kept fucking happening. You're right. They kept doing the same thing. And it wasn't really clear what it did either. Do you know what I mean?
They used it to make the monsters subservient by making the noises of an alpha. That was like...
Yeah. But if King Ghidorah is a alien, why did it work on him? Right?
Yeah, that was a plot hole.
Yeah, like it shouldn't have worked on him if he was supposed to be like above everything else, totally separated. Whatever. I mean, like the thing is like it wasn't bad. I think it was just like they needed some way to wake up all of these monsters that have been frozen underground, so that's what they chose.
Yeah. It was dumb. It was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Huge con.
Let's hear it.
Use Gojira's music in a Godzilla movie. The fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that should have happened.
Just like
that would have been
that
fucking
riff
tight.
from Flying Whales, where it's like, pew, dur, 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 pew, dur, dur. Just like fucking something sweet, something with some kicking drums, like
for the third act, the big fight at the end when something like with redemption happens. You know, like in this one, Godzilla got hit. they shot Godzilla with a nuclear bomb, and that turned him into Super Godzilla.
Okay, here's the thing that I hate. So, like, you're gonna send Godzilla to be nuclear guy into the city. All these people are like impervious to radiation, but also it appears that like. You could have just hit Ghidorah with a nuke.
Yeah.
And that would have worked.
Well, so that's the thing is that you're right, but it is shown that King Ghidorah has really quick and powerful healing properties. So they needed
This is fucking America, dude.
They needed to shoot Godzilla with a nuke to make him stronger. They needed to. It's the only thing that they could have done. This is just logic. I don't see what you're not understanding here.
This guy has fallen by the wayside since he wrote X2. This guy's a moron.
It's stupid. And you know what? It's exactly as stupid as I want it to be. I liked that third act fight scene. I liked it. I liked that Godzilla, not only does he shoot lasers now, but he blows up. It's fucking cool.
Okay, so very confusing. They're like, okay, like the one warhead appears to have made him so powerful he's gonna like explode when he's supposedly created by nuclear material.
Yeah. Well, that's why they were able to shoot him with the nuclear bomb.
And he was like, feeding on like radioactive waste in what I thought was going to be Atlantis. I thought they were doing it Atlantis.
Oh my God. I was like, this is fucking Atlantis.
The Samosa himself pops up.
Oh my God. That would have been so good.
Him.
Can you imagine that crossover? It would have been fucking rad. Why wasn't there some Aquaman crossover? Jeez. But
yeah.
alas.
It's just like if Aquaman ended with him going to meet the Kraken, and then the movie ended, and then suddenly he pops up in this movie, and the Kraken's fucking Godzilla.
Dude, that would have been tight.
Best crossover.
God damn it, that would have been tight. That would have been so cool. Fuck the DC universe, right? Because Aquaman, even though it's not good, was better than pretty much all the other ones.
Except for Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam was a fun, cute little movie. I did like that. But fuck that. Pull Aquaman over into the MonsterVerse. Bam.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Give a couple. Yeah, a couple. Just, dude, imagine like Joaquin Phoenix Joker teaming up with Ghidorah.
Teaming up with the characters in this movie, which, by the way, I don't know any of their names. I don't know a single name of a single character.
And one of them apparently, according to IMDb, was named Asher Jonah. That's my name. I would notice.
They never said those characters' names. I'm almost totally certain that they never said those characters' names. They just they were like, here you go, this guy, he has a daughter. That's more important than his name. like fuck it. That guy, the guy who had the daughter, right? Who was just there all the time, hanging out with the army. Like, what the fuck? It's just like, I know that the human characters are unimportant. They're the B plot in a Godzilla movie, but they were tragically underwritten in this. And that's something that I criticized the first Godzilla movie for, the 2014 one. But the thing is that they were even better written in the 2014 Godzilla than they were in this one. This was just so bad. Like,
so bad.
And like the scenes that contained them, like the action scenes, there was no continuity. You could not tell what was going on. They would just shake the camera, and then everybody was in a different spot.
It was like Cloverfield. It was like a Cloverfield shot. And I'm like, why am I seeing big budget Godzilla movie for Cloverfield shots?
It looked cheap, dude. It looked cheap.
So cheap.
Yeah. So it's just tragically underwritten human character, offensively underwritten human character.
So much screen time for them.
Yeah,
they had so much. This movie was 9 hours long.
Yeah, it was so fucking long. How long was it? Because I honestly
2 hours 11. It felt like 3.
Yeah, that's too long. They could have pared down like 30 minutes, cut out some of the stupid emotional fluff, and
this felt longer than Endgame.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
it did.
Endgame was a long fucking movie.
Yeah, but Endgame had propulsion. It had beats. It had good writing. This movie had none of that. Had none of that.
Like the most this had was fucking Brad Whitford being like, are we just gonna buddy with Godzilla joke?
Yeah.
I'm trying to go home after this, guys.
Man, where's my coffee? Is it the level of joke?
Brad Whitford definitely gets honorary Jew award, and I'll speak to the council about it. But
council, we're allowed to say that.
We have a friend who's
Asher. Exactly. Shit, man. Yeah, man. Those action scenes were absolutely unwatchable. The action scenes with the humans. Just just fucking, and they were lit poorly. Even none of it looked good. It was just you couldn't tell what was going on. You couldn't tell what there were multiple scenes where they just shook the camera and everybody was in a different spot. I didn't even know if people died. I couldn't fucking tell.
No one died apparently.
I guess nobody died somehow.
No one. And then they do this thing at the end where they're like, we have to team up with Godzilla. So now it's us and Godzilla, and these fighter jets don't do fucking anything.
No, nothing.
It's just so. And they're just there for 5 minutes. They're like, all right, everyone pull out. Godzilla's gonna be a nuke now.
There's that shot where Godzilla's running forward and the fighter jets are going and they split up, and I'm like, goddamn America. Big old American lizard.
This movie was trying so maybe you know where this might cross over?
Where?
The Transformers universe.
I would love that. Oh my god, that's so stupid. I would fucking love that.
Because they both were weird fetishes. Okay.
So all right. Oh my god, it's always troop fetishization, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Which God bless the troops, whatever. But seriously, it's always like that. It's always like that in these. I don't know what it is. I think it's it appeals to people's senses when when like their homeland is being attacked and then the army is there also, which I get, you know. It's just like it comes across as really cornball. But Transformers is the same way. You're right.
But by the logic of this movie, the army shouldn't have been there because they're like going through Congress, which is apparently like the Wizard Council from fucking Harry Potter.
I thought that was the United Nations or something. I didn't. Was it Congress?
No, it was fucking Congress, and it was like three guys, in like a very green room, and they're like, "We're not working with we're Monarch. We're not going to work with the army." And then you go to their base, and they're with the fucking army.
Yeah. So all of that was just pointless.
So dumb.
It's very
It was
dumb.
like the fucking Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic World 2 scene.
Where he's in there for a minute.
Yeah.
He's in the movie for less than a minute, but he's in half of the trailer. It's absurd. Yeah, Jurassic World 2 is a weird, bad movie. I would love to like dig into that with you sometime because it has so many flaws that are just it's unwatchable.
I watched it on the plane ride back from Austin last time.
Oh shit. That's actually not a bad movie for a plane ride. I could see that.
I watched Jurassic World coming in, Jurassic World 2 going out.
Bam. Like the drop is precipitous, right? Because the first Jurassic World isn't great, but it's at least fun. You know?
But it has my crush in it, Lauren Lapkus.
Oh, ayo. Which one's she? Who did she play?
She's the mousy girl.
I don't even know. Who does she play in Jurassic World?
She's like she works with Nick Miller in like the console room.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think
with
she's
Nick Miller. Cool. I don't even know that actor's real name.
Something Johnson.
Is it Nick Johnson?
He won an Oscar. I feel bad.
Oh yeah, good
Into
for
the
him.
Spider-Verse.
But he does always play. Oh, he won
Nick Miller.
Yeah, he's always Nick Miller. That's kind of fun though. That means that he brings it's probably just his own personality that he brings to his roles, which I think is actually kind of cool.
That's awesome.
But shit, man, we're coming up on the end of the episode. Do we have any more cons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many more cons. I mean, just okay. This movie got bad reviews, and the major critic consensus was not enough focus on the human drama.
I have an issue with that. We'll talk about it then.
That's just not true.
Yeah.
There's too much. It was not enough Godzilla fighting. And then when the Godzilla fighting was happening, it wasn't satisfying. And where are my 17 Titans that was promised?
Yeah, they promised 17.
I didn't know you had 17.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see, you're bringing in new lore and shit? Fuck yeah, let's do it. The lore's fun.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I think? I think they probably did have a lot more, and then they cut it for time. Which might be a godsend. Like, think about it. Like, because, like, can you imagine if this movie had 45 more minutes? It would have felt like a decade. It would have been far too long. So.
Yeah. It was already really long.
Yeah,
I mean, just.
It's too long.
They just needed to cut out, like, two of the scenes where.
Or just, like,
fucking.
Use a screenwriting hack. Like, they exist, and combine two of the scenes with the humans. Rush through, ram some exposition down the pipe so you could fucking get more Godzilla in there. That's what should have happened. Because all that exposition with all the MacGuffins, that's not why anybody is there to see that movie. You know?
Right.
They want to see giant monsters kill each other. Nobody cares about all the army stuff. Nobody cares about all the interpersonal human drama. That's like, if it's done well, then it like supplements the movie, but that's not the main focus. And it's interesting that the critic consensus is not enough focus on the humans, because I agree. I felt like there was undue focus on the human, like way too much focus on the human element. And like, they were tragically underwritten, and there were too much centered directly on them. And then an action scene would happen, and they would all blow up, and the lights would flicker. And like all 9 million of the computer screens that are in this movie. Did you notice how many fucking computer monitors were in there were so many screens. Like unnecessary amount of screens. And they would all flicker.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at a list of all the fucking Godzilla monsters.
Yeah.
To see like,
I guess
if there are 17, there are a lot.
Yeah. I guess like, when it comes down to it, the only like pro that comes out of them not showing all of those is that maybe they'll reveal some of them in the future. They kind of blew their wad using King Ghidorah right out the gate. You know?
Oh, absolutely. And that
he's like the coolest, biggest enemy. So
yeah, what we're looking forward to now is a movie called Godzilla versus Kong.
Yep, 2021.
There's a giant crab one.
Oh, that's awesome. That would have been so good.
Why didn't I see the giant? His nickname is the Giant Claw.
Hell yes. Oh my God, that's the level of stupid we needed. This movie needed more levity. It needed just the human drama stuff was just so god awful. It was like shocking.
Yeah, it's like, okay, maybe it's just because like all of these look like fucking different Godzillas.
Yeah, there's like Mecha Godzilla, and then there's Mecha King Ghidorah. There's a whole bunch of robot ones, which I think is great. What a good idea. There's nothing better than a giant fighting robot. That's fucking great. This movie needs to be merged with the Pacific Rim franchise. Wouldn't that be cool?
Does it? I don't like Pacific Rim either.
Oh, I love
like
Pacific Rim
kaiju movies.
Oh, okay, all right. I can understand that. It's like a brand, you know.
It's a very weird brand, and I don't understand. Like, I like the aesthetic, I like the concept. I don't think the movies are good. Yeah, I get it. It's like very cult following.
Yeah. So since we're about to run over time, kind of like Godzilla, King of the Monsters, let's wrap this bad boy up. I think we hit most of the major points we needed to. I mean, this movie just like didn't hold up. I was excited about this one too. I was legitimately excited.
Yeah. What's the season of disappointment, or as I like to call it, blockbuster season?
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true. So if I had to give 5 words to this movie, Ash,
okay,
my 5 words are: shoot me with lasers, please. He did it.
It wasn't the name of the movie. It wasn't an adjacent movie.
Yeah, shoot me with lasers, please. Honestly, that was the only good part of the movie is when Godzilla shoots lasers. That's what I was looking forward to. So, and that way it didn't disappoint me. There was a lot of lasers and a lot of that like charge up the whom, whom, whom. That's the only reason I go see Godzilla movies is for that laser noise. That's it.
Yeah, and like the lights slowly ascending up his back ridges.
It's fucking awesome because you know shit's about to go down, and they drop all the music. It's fucking tight. Yeah. This movie suffered from having undue focus on the human characters, and I didn't even know their names. There was so much screen time devoted to them, and I couldn't remember a single one of the characters. They were tossed up, they were thrown around, everything blew up. All of their 100,000 screens would dim every time Godzilla sneezed, and that's why they were there. It reminded me of like when the Power Rangers get into like the Zords. You know what I mean?
Another great crossover,
right? Like that. Like that's what that reminded me of. And like, they get hit, and then they're like, all at the same time, and like the lights dim and shit. That's what this movie was like when the humans were on screen. This movie gets a 3 out of 10 for me. Literally, those 3 points come from the lasers and the fact that they shot Godzilla with a nuke to make him more powerful. It's so stupid and fun. I love that. I
think you're overrepresenting it. They didn't shoot him with a nuke. They like put a nuke.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They just put a nuke next to him, and one of the guys sacrificed himself. And I didn't know his name. It was Ken Watanabe, but I didn't know his character's name. He was like,
I am the Japanese one. I should do
I will sacrifice myself. Yeah.
My people have already been hit with one of these. I think I'm immune.
That's fucked up. Yeah, this movie
there's one Japanese guy and he's the one who has to get hit with the nuke.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That's fucked up.
I didn't write this movie.
Yeah, you didn't, but you are correct. Shit, man. This movie couldn't have been worse if Matthew Broderick was in it. I actually, I'm not even surprised. Matthew Broderick might have made this better. That's how like bad the human characters were in this. Like if they had somebody like him, probably would have been better.
Yeah. Who else could be added to this movie? Like Matt Damon,
dude. Somebody fucking weird. Matt Damon wouldn't touch this shit, man. That's not his style. Yeah, but
wouldn't he be great? What if it was Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey would have been awesome, and apparently he'll do anything because he's gonna be in Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, which looks like a bad fan film.
It could be. He could be a genius in that movie.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know. That movie is an enigma. I cannot wait to force Ash to watch it.
We all are looking forward to that.
So, yeah, that's just what I think. This movie had undue focus on the humans. It just like that was all a waste of time. I just wanted to see more of Godzilla shooting lasers. But when he did shoot lasers, pretty fucking cool.
He did shoot lasers.
He did shoot lasers. Ash, what do you think? What are some words, some ratings, some reviews?
Okay. My 5 words are going to be Crouching Godzilla, Hidden 17 Titans.
Excellent.
I was promised in the trailer, there are 17 Titans. There were 4 and a couple really muddy shots of maybe 3 others.
Like really only like 2 or 3 others. You're right. Why did they even say 17? They could have said 7 and it would have been fine.
Yeah, there could have been like 140. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like
completely arbitrary.
We don't know. There are a bunch, and we only found 4. Like it didn't matter. This movie looked bad like 80% of the time. 20% of the time looked great. The plot was so long and dragging and painful, and honestly it made the dumb fucking 12-year-old whose girlfriend was like, that one's Rodan, like behind me. I honestly was more interested in what they were saying as they just like painfully try and cope with their bodies flooding with hormones they're not used to. That was more interesting than the content of this movie, besides for a couple scenes.
Fair enough.
This movie, don't go see it. Let this flop. This movie gets a 2 out of 10. This movie was really bad.
I just realized I didn't recommend it. I'm gonna say go and see this movie because it's worth it. It's worth it to see Godzilla shoot lasers.
Watch any other. You could.
I want a Kong Skull Island 2. And if this universe makes money, they will inevitably make a Kong 2. And that's what I want.
But, okay, why didn't they bring Sam Jackson and...
That would have been fucking... Oh, no, well, he
Brie
died.
Larson in it. Oh, he did?
Yeah, he dies in Kong Skull Island. Spoiler. Sorry, guys.
Who survives from Kong Skull Island?
Just Brie Larson. Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston. And I think John C. Reilly.
Dude, those 3 characters in this movie make it a good movie.
Right, that would have been so good. That being said, it takes place 50 years after Kong Skull Island, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of fucked themselves a little bit with that. Yeah, so they can't really pull them back around. But wouldn't that have been so much better if they had cast...
Just the dead corpse of Brie Larson and John C. Reilly.
Yeah, John C. Reilly is supposed to be a pretty old guy in Kong Skull Island, too, so it would have been like... It wouldn't have fit, unfortunately. But I wish they had done that. Maybe they'll do another one where it takes place in the 80s and they'll probably botch it and it'll be stupid. But hey, whatever. Yeah, I mean, this movie, it's not worth to go see, but I'm going to tell you to go see it anyway. because the lasers
like
are just
bad
fucking...
investment banker.
It's the lasers are just so much fucking fun. I just love lasers, man.
Listen, Tesla stock's going down. Bye, bye, bye.
Hell yeah. Well, Ash, unless you have anything else for the listeners, let's let them get out of here since we're over time, just like Kong of the Monsters.
Another great title for the movie.
Yeah, so
all right.
I guess that's that. But
right.
no, we love you guys so much. Go find our website. You probably know where it is. It's forthestorypodcast.podbean.com. Find us on Instagram. We're at For the Story Podcast. On Facebook, we're just For the Story. And we're pretty much everywhere. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, which I have been unable to find.
I'll find it for you. I'll send you a link. It's
okay, sweet.
They're up there just in case you're like a YouTube premium user and that's how you listen to your podcast. They are there, but we don't do like videos or anything like that. That's why it doesn't really get a lot of attention, I think. But That's how it goes.
And like I tried really hard to find. I was like looking up weird titles of like old adult films we did, like Night of the Giving Head, and it was just like a bunch of people being like, "This is the story of the time I first gave a blowjob." I'm like, I'm at work.
Yeah, I'm at work. What are you doing, you fool? Like, oh no,
I'm just trying to find my podcast YouTube channel because I'm bored.
So that's the thing. Go find us on Facebook or YouTube and Facebook, actually, for that matter. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you later this week because we have another episode coming out for you guys. Special surprise one. It could be spooky.
Scary.
It could be gory. Who knows? It's going to be a surprise. That's what it's going to be.
Avery recommended a crying movie, I bet.
Yes. A movie yes.
That's what a wet dream is, right? It's when you wake up crying.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you all so much. Goodbye.